Lesson 3. An unknown goddess. In this text, we'll listen to an interesting discovery in Greece. 这篇课文呢，我们要講的是在希臘的一個有趣的發現。Now bear this question in mind, and then listen. How did the archaeologists know that the statue was a goddess? 考古学家是如何知道這個雕像是個女神的？
Some time ago, an interesting discovery was made by archaeologists on the Aegean island of Kea. An American team explored a temple which stands in an ancient city on the promontory of Aya Arena. The city at one time must have been prosperous, for it enjoyed a high level of civilization. Houses, often 3 stories high, were built of stone. They had large rooms with beautifully decorated walls. The city was even equipped with a drainage system, for a great many clay pipes were found beneath the narrow streets. The temple, which the archaeologists explored, was used as a place of worship from the 15th century BC until Roman times. In the most sacred room of the temple, clay fragments of 15 statues were found. Each of these represented a goddess and had at one time been painted. The body of one statue was found among remains dating from the 15th century BC. Its missing head happened to be among remains of the 5th century BC. This head must have been found in classical times and carefully preserved. It was very old and precious even then. When the archaeologists reconstructed the fragments, they were amazed to find that the goddess turned out to be a very modern-looking woman. She stood 3 feet high, and her hands rested on her hips. She was wearing a full-length skirt, which swept the ground. Despite her great age, she was very graceful indeed. But so far, the archaeologists have been unable to discover her identity.
Now, after listening to the text, can you answer the question? How did the archaeologists know that the statue was a goddess? Yes, because it was found in the most sacred room in the temple. 因为呢，这尊雕像是在庙宇当中最神圣的一间殿堂中发现的。古希腊罗馬時期有很多的廟宇，像我們都知道的巴塞農神廟 （The Parthenon）。那個時候呢，不像後來的基督教統治時期，人們是信仰多神的，既有 gods 也有 goddesses。女神之中，我們最熟悉的可以說是阿芙羅狄特 （Aphrodite），就是希臘神話當中的美神。羅馬人呢，把它稱為 Venus， 維納斯。神話中的諸神呢，各有自己掌管的權限或者領域，而且也各有特長。課文中告訴我們說 ，She was an unknown goddess， 意思就是說無法確定她的身份，不知道她相當於神話中的哪個神。這尊雕像的軀體是在公元前15世紀的文物中發現的，但是它的頭部卻在公元前5世紀的文物中發現。所以課文說 ，It was an interesting discovery。而且它還相貌摩登 ，That made the discovery even more interesting. Right. Now please look at some language points in the text. An interesting discovery was made by archaeologists. Archaeologist, 考古學家。考古學這個學科呢是 archaeology， 它的形容詞是 archaeological， 考古學的。An American team explored a temple. Explore means to search and discover, 就是考察。考察的对象呢，既可以是实物，也可以是某种問題。For example, explore space 就是探索宇宙。We can also explore the issue or topic or question. 这個時候 explore 就相當於研究。Promontory means a long, narrow piece of land which goes out into the sea. 就是海角。表達海角也可以用 headland 這個詞。The city enjoyed a high level of civilization. Enjoy can mean get pleasure from. 喜歡什麼，享受什麼。For example, I enjoy meeting people. 我喜歡跟人打交道。Enjoy oneself means have a good time. 但是課文裡不是這個意思，是享有、擁有的意思。Give you one more example. This actress has always enjoyed a good reputation. 这個女演員呢，一直享有很高的声誉。Houses were built of stone. Be built of means be made of some material. 這裡的意思就是房子是實質的。Look at this example. The house is built of wood. 房子是木頭的。The temple was used as a place of worship. 談到了 worship 這個詞，就相當於談到宗教。它既可以指對神的崇拜，也可以指对人或者物像神一樣崇拜。这句話中 a place of worship 就是指拜神祈禱的地方。那麼 act of worship means religious service, 宗教儀式。盲目的個人崇拜，英文中就是 hero worship. Times. When time is used in plural form, it means a historical period. 那麼 time 在做复数使用的時候，指的是一段歷史時期。課文後邊再次出現了 times 這個詞。This head must have been found in classical times. 這裡 time 也是指歷史時期。注意 classical 在西方文化中特指古希臘羅馬時期。The most sacred room of the temple. Sacred 神聖的，它的同義詞有 holy 或者 divine， 它的反義詞 profane 褻瀆的。Statue 雕像，那麼我們都知道 Statue of Liberty 是美國的自由女神像。英文中有幾個詞在拼寫上跟 statue 很相像，但是意思截然不同，請大家注意區分。Stature 是身高或者水平的意思。For example, an artist of great stature, 一個高水平的藝術家。Status 地位或者身份，比如我們在填表的時候要填 marital status 婚姻狀況。Statute 法令法規。College statute 校規。Each of these represented a goddess and had been painted. Be painted here means be painted in color, 就是塗顏色、上色的意思。We can paint a statue. We can also paint a room. For example, paint a room pink, 把他的房間刷成粉色。And we can also paint cosmetics. 還有呢，可以指塗化妝品。For example, paint her nails, 塗指甲油。但是 paint a picture 不是指在畫上亂塗，就是畫畫的意思。The body of one statue was found among remains. Remains 在這裡是遺跡的意思，它還有殘餘、殘骸、遺體等等意思。 我們知道有一部著名的電影叫《The Remains of the Day》，其中一種翻譯方法呢就是去日留痕。但不管怎麼翻譯 ，remains means what has been left. Now look at these examples. The remains of lunch 就是指午餐的剩飯。The remains of an aircraft 飛機殘骸。In this sentence, his remains were returned to his homeland after his death. 在他死了之後呢，他的遺體被運回他的家鄉。Dating from the 15th century BC. Date from means have been existing from. 我再給大家舉幾個 date 做動詞的例子。Thanks for your letter dated August the 15th, 2002. 謝謝你在02年8月15號寫的信。Archaeologists were unable to date the fossils. 考古學家無法確定化石的日期。Date 做動詞的時候還可以有約會的意思，比如說 Are you still dating him? They were amazed to find that the goddess turned out to be a very modern-looking woman. Amaze means to experience surprise, bewilderment, and wonder. 意思是呢，驚奇、困惑、驚異等等。跟它意思相近的有 surprise, astonish 或者 astound， 但是 amaze 強調了一層 wonder 驚異的意思。The goddess turned out to be a very modern-looking woman. Turn out to be indicates a kind of surprise. 它经常呢含有出乎意料的意思。Look at this example. The guy I went to meet turned out to be my former classmate. 我去见的這個人呢，原來是我從前的同學。A full-length skirt, 拖地長裙。同樣 full-length dress, full-length coat. Full length means reaching the ground. 而 full-length mirror or full-length photograph. Here, full-length means showing all of a person. 就是能照到全身的镜子或者全身的照片。Which swept the ground. 我们都知道 sweep the floor 是掃地。Sweep the ground这裡的意思就是指長裙在地上掠過，拖曳着。Despite her great age. Now notice great here doesn't mean grand, but very old. So far, 迄今為止，相當於 up to now. 大家常說 so far so good, 就是說到現在為止一切順利。Discover her identity. Identity, 身份。身份證就是 identity card, 簡稱 ID card. A sense of identity. 這裡呢 identity means a sense of belonging, 指一種身份感、歸屬感。最後呢，我想強調一點，這篇課文在描述位置的時候，使用了一些具有實在意義的動詞。For example, a temple which stands in an ancient city. She stood 3 feet high. Her hands rested on her hips. 這些動詞 stand 或者 rest 都可以用 be 動詞來替換，但是那樣一來呢，效果就會大不一樣，遠遠不如課文當中這樣生動。我們再來看幾個例子。The Eiffel Tower stands 300 meters high. 埃菲爾鐵塔有300米高。這兒用的就是 stand 這個實義動詞。A bunch of flowers were sitting on my desk. 用 sit 就很形象地說明這個鮮花呢待在我的桌子上。The bicycle rested against the wall. 用 rest 表達自行車靠在牆上。 Okay, now let's come back from the language to the content of the text. 我们最後呢，再由課文的語言回到課文的內容。古希臘文明被看作西方文明的源頭和最高峰。Its cultural legacy includes a lot of aspects: literature, art, science, philosophy, etc. 那麼它留下的文化遺產是非常豐富的。直到今天，在西方呢，人們不僅是在文學藝術作品當中，在日常生活中也還在大量的使用希臘時期的傳說和故事。它其實已經成為語言的一部分。比如，當我們形容一個人的致命弱點，會說 Achilles heel。英文中還有一個詞 narcissistic， 是說這個人自我中心、自我迷戀。它其實就是從人物 Narcissus 來的，因為他呢愛上了自己水中的倒影。所以，對一個文化背景的了解，對我們學習語言是非常有幫助的。All right, that's about the topic of this lesson. I'll see you next time.